British came here uninvited. Huh? They came here uninvited, as you know. What Kabaka Mutesa one actually invited were experts in war to help us fight the Egyptians and the Banyoro. But people brought people we didn't need. They brought colonialists and they brought missionaries. So they, as you know, they colonized southern Uganda, and now when the Uganda map had been decided by British sitting at a conference, which I call actually a meeting of thieves in Berlin, 1884 to 85, they had drawn the map of Uganda and confirmed it 1890 at the Heligoland Treaty, and of course the borders got defined over time. 1902 Eastern Uganda, and then we got West Nile from Belgian Congo. So the British went to Acholi. They thought they would walk over, and these are things they don't teach us. We resisted the British. We resisted the British in Buganda, Kabaka Mwanga. We resisted the British in Bunyoro, Kabalega. We resisted the British in Ankole, Ntare, Mugabe Ntare refused to sign their bogus document, and this man, the Prime Minister Mbaguta, came and signed it. We resisted the British in Chigezi. There was a woman there called Muhumza. We resisted quite a lot. Now, we resisted in West Nile. There was a priest there and the Yukan cult. So now, in Acholi, they thought they would have an easy day. So they sent some of their chaps and they settled at Kitgum. Kitgum, that word means over the place of good hope. So when they settled at Kitgum, they thought that life was going to be easy. So the people in northern Acholi, they surrendered quickly. But the guys near Gulu, they said, no way. No way. The British had come to take their guns. Said, you must register your gun. This guy said, Kabul, why should I register my property to you? Have you registered your gun with me? You know Acholis, they don't joke, they're Luo. Who are you? I'm unbogable. What are you? So the British decided to launch war against the Acholi warriors. Now the Acholi warriors knew their territory well. They left their homes because now the British should have killed. This was very smart, led by Onong Tra. Onong Tra had a special bow and arrow, which at a very terrific speed could go through 6 Britons, go through this one and another, and come back to him, still moving at high speed. Now, this technology is the boomerang technology, but this one was so quick, so one boomerang could kill like 6 people. Go through another one. Now, we need to go and investigate further. And no wonder, when the British captured Onong Tra, they put him in a cargo plane. By that time, there were planes. The Wright brothers had already. They put him in a cargo plane and took him to. He was the first Ugandan to board the plane, actually. This was Onong Tra. So when they took him to Britain, they killed him. We should demand compensation from these Britons for killing our warrior, Mr. Onong Tra. So they went to those hills called the Guru Hills. And in the Guru Hills, they launched attack after attack. They killed some Dwanzi, some European guy, I think called Haman. They killed him. And if you go to Guru, I think you will see his tombs, they are there. So the British, they were facing another embarrassing war. So what did they do? We should take them to the court, to ICC, for crimes against humanity. That is why when the British come here to tell us about human rights, now let's first solve the past cases. If you want to establish human rights, you don't start today. The British have no moral right whatsoever to meddle in our human rights. They don't have it. And they will only get it after they compensate us for the gross abuse. They used chemical warfare. They poisoned the water getting into the Guru Hills so that our people could die. That is not allowed in warfare. They used tear gas, poisonous tear gas, which takes off people's skins. The first place in Africa where tear gas was used was the Guru Hills. So Onong Chimchwa and the Acholi warriors, they had no choice but to surrender. And when they surrendered, their chief Awich of Paira, here our place where we put eats for children when they visit, we named it after Chief Awich. Yes, we have a place here at Semagulu Museum named after Chief Awich. Chief Awich, a clan leader, was captured by the British and they tried him in a shitty court, a stupid military court, and sentenced him to jail. And they didn't jail him in Gulu, they brought him down to Uganda, to incarcerate him in loneliness. Loneliness can kill you. So they put him up atop a hill and they would only take him food late in the night. And when they got there, the man was actually dying, not of hunger, but of loneliness. So in Acholi language, he used to say something, Atien kan kololo. I'm not Acholi, so do not blame me for not knowing the words. But they said something, Atien kan kololo, which means, guys, I am dying of loneliness. Don't give me your shite matoke. Give me some company. Bring my people. So shouting, the Kololo, he mentioned that Kololo, the echoes went through the British they had in Nakasero, and the Baganda was saying, the Baganda didn't know Chief Awich. So they used to take food to him and used to say, Kololo, Kololo. Said, that man is saying Kololo, we don't know what Kololo is. So Kololo does not mean cancer. No, in this case. Although we call cancer Kololo here in Buganda, but he said Kololo in actually related to loneliness. So the British, tired of his noise, they transferred him from Kololo, that hill now, which he had named, and they took him to a nearby hill. Now, at the nearby hill, he was allowed visitors so that he could stop shouting. Now, his visitors were not coming from Buganda. His visitors were coming from Guru, because he was the chief of Paira. They actually would wake up. There were no hotels, so they would walk on foot through Luero, through Kawempe, until they got to this hill. Now, when they got to this hill, they were obviously hungry. Remember, they could not speak Luganda, so they could not branch into people's houses for food. So they walked through and got to their chief. And the first thing they asked was food. Now, those who came in time, of course, got some food. As part of the food the colonialists gave. The colonialists were now giving him more food to feed his guests. So they used to bring it in pots. So those who came late now, they asked for food. They said, guys, you've come late. I'm not sure if I have food, but check. There could be some leftovers. Check those pots. Check the pots. So the people are now hearing, check the pots, check the pot. A pot in Acholi language is called Naguru. Naguru. If I've not pronounced it well, it's because I'm not actually, like I told you, Naguru. So when people heard Naguru, check the pot Naguru. Up to today, the place is called what? Naguru Hill. So Naguru is not in Uganda. Even Kololo is not in Uganda. So the Chief Awich and the rebellion has named places here in Uganda.